Specjalnie dla wszystkich fanów Igi Świątek, dla fanów tenisa i w ogóle dla fanów sportu. Człowiek, na przybycie którego wszyscy czekaliśmy, wybitna postać tenisa, trener. I trzeba docenić bardzo fakt, że mamy okazję, państwo mają okazję posłuchać, jaką ma wizję pracy z Igą Świątek, jakim w ogóle jest człowiekiem. Trzeba docenić to, że w tym bardzo intensywnym czasie dla naszej zawodniczki przybył do nas i spotkał się z nami. To jest wielki ukłon dla fanów sportu, dla fanów tenisa i Igi i na całym świecie, i w Polsce. Wim Fissette. Wim,
Hi.
it's a great pleasure, honor to have you here in Poland.
Thank you.
One day, not a long time ago, you received an inquiry and you're hearing in your mobile phone, "Hey Wim, would you like to consider to become a coach of Iga Świątek?" What was your first thought on that?
Well, from the emotions, one of the better days in my career, my life, of course. I got to know Iga in 2018 after she won Wimbledon Juniors. It's when I met her for the first time, and of course following her career, see her grow over the years, and of course looking at her practice sessions and matches, you're thinking, okay, this could be great to work with a player like Iga one day. And of course, when I got the phone call, I was like, okay, let this work out, please. This would be great.
Was it a quick turnaround for you, or did you need more time to take this final decision, or you rather said, okay, I have no doubts on that?
I didn't have doubts for sure. This was what I want to do. I had a few calls with Iga, also with the rest of the team. You know, like it's important that we're all on the same line, that we have the same goals, that we see the things more or less the same way. And things went pretty quick afterwards. Yeah.
We'll talk more about Iga in a second, but you have a great story behind you. You are the hitting partner of Kim Clijsters. That's how everything. You are working in the corporate world. As a sales manager, I think, for 4 years. And you are trying to combine those two roles. But one day, fortunately for the tennis world and for everyone, you decided to quit with the corporate world, no?
Exactly. Follow your passion, I would say. It's been really special. Tennis has been a huge part of my life, and I'm very passionate about it. I love to play and I love to coach. And the thing was, like, when I played for like 2 years, and I started in the corporate world, and I never believed like this could be my life. You know, there were no examples of Belgian coaches who would like have this job, and so for me it was I didn't think about it until I got the opportunity to start working with Kim and go to some tournaments with her, and I was thinking like, wow, like this is like, I mean, this is the best thing in the world. So I want this to be my job, and of course, you know, you try to combine a little bit. You take some weeks off from the work, and at the end, you know, again, you follow your passion, and that's where it all started. And I'm super happy I made that decision.
You mentioned you met Iga for the first time 2018 in Wimbledon. What was your first impression on that when you saw her?
I mean, I didn't watch her finals. I just met her, I think, at the Champions Dinner together with her coach, and just a sweet, young, a little bit shy girl. I think that was the first impression. Yeah.
I've heard you are really impressed by the professionalism of the whole Iga's team. What does it mean exactly?
Well, I mean, it's clear that you need a great team to achieve such good results. You know, like I've seen them at work on the tour. You know, like Iga has been fortunate to have good people around her. Like she has great coaches in the past, and the people working with her now, they just are really focused on their job. I think everyone wants to be the best in the world in their job, you know, the best physio, the best trainer, the best psychologist. So I think that's really important. I see the same vision, and everyone really focused and professional.
We know Iga really well. She's been always really to the point and really demanding. Have you already defined your main points of collaboration, main focus, main goals, saying we want to achieve this or that?
Not really. I remember asking Iga a little bit about it, and for her it was more about keep developing. And I think, I'm the same. I'm someone who always thinks like long term, and obviously tennis always evolves. Like everyone gets better every year. Everyone tries to find ways to become better. And even when you're number one in the world, it's still important that you keep looking for things to improve. But I've coached a few times against Iga, so I have my vision on that. But to have also more a clear view on where we have to go, I will need to get to know her better and spend some time with her on the court.
Iga is not just a top player and really successful athlete, but also really well-formed player with some habits on court. She's obviously really strong, really physically strong. She moves like no one else on court. But the question is, are you going to provide a new tennis elements to her game? When you watch her, she didn't use everything on court, obviously, and the habits, it's also quite a big danger in sport, no?
Yeah, I mean, never change a winning tactics, right? It's in tennis, so when something works, you have to keep doing it. On the other hand, like I just said, you need to keep evolving, and that's gonna be really important. I think Iga has been a game changer with her movement on the court. There's never been a player that moved better on the court. It's been really special to watch her play the last 2 years. But again, we have to spend time together, see how she sees things, like moving forward. How does she see herself evolve? And again, we have to spend time together and set some clear goals. I work a lot with data. Also, I'm just receiving all the data right now, so I'm analyzing them, and with that, it's very easy to see the areas where we need to improve, and then again we can set goals and analyze again after a few months where we're going.
You won in total 6 Grand Slam titles as a coach in Melbourne, New York, and London. Never on clay, never in Paris, but she is the queen of clay. Does that mean that you would put attention to other surfaces than clay?
No, I mean, first of all, I was really pretty close in 2014 when I was coaching Simona Halep, but I mean, it would be a dream, of course, to have won all of them, and I'm really looking forward also to experience the clay together with Iga, because I will also learn from her how she sees the clay and what makes her so special in her thinking process and all that. Of course, I think we want her to stay the queen of clay. But it will always be more difficult. Like she will be the main target. Everyone wants to beat Iga on the clay. That will be.
Everyone wants to be the queen.
Everyone wants to be the queen, yes. And but definitely, I mean, of course, being like more successful on the other Grand Slams is definitely a goal. You know, like to be maybe more comfortable on the faster surfaces. But again, it's not easy if you're so successful on the clay and you play so many matches just in a few weeks' time, and you have just a quick turnaround on the grass. You know, like you need to get comfortable on the grass. You need to get confident in your gameplay and your movement. And after Paris, if you win it, you also need a little bit of a mental break to start fresh. So we have to see, of course, how we're going to do things. But we'll try different methods, I think, to find the success there.
You worked with many great players in the past: Halep, Azarenka, Kerber, Osaka, Clijsters. Which one of those cooperation is the most memorable one for you, and why?
Honestly, that's such a difficult question, because I have so many good memories. I mean, my first Grand Slam as a coach was in 2009 when Kim came back after giving birth, and we won that immediately after beating the best players in the world. Of course, that's really special. Winning Wimbledon with Angelique Kerber, where Wimbledon is, for a lot of people, the most prestigious tournament of the year, was really special. I mean, the COVID version of the US Open in 2020 without people will also be like one of the most special Grand Slams in the history. So there are so many great memories, but also off court with players, like things we did together, just the whole energy and working towards goals, you know, like working hard and like going through some difficult moments, but then fighting through and then finding the success, you know, like not everything is like not everything is a highlight, you know, like the whole year is not a highlight. It always goes with ups and downs. But yeah, fighting through, finding ways to get through difficult moments and then looking for the success, I think, yeah.
And many people raising the point that your sum of collaboration were short-term instead of long-term, apart from Osaka, obviously. Was it the reason why?
Well, I mean, not really. I know, looking back over my career, I was almost 4 years with Naomi. With Azarenka, I was 3 years, you know, and stopped when she was pregnant. I think we could have done a lot more. With Kim, with her together as a hitting partner, was almost 4 years. You know, like you start a partnership and you think long term, you want the best, but also after a while, sometimes the vision is not the same, you know, the ambition is sometimes not the same, but I'm definitely looking for long-term partnerships.
We cannot obviously skip the second round from Paris, and this is this video. You are in the box. This is especially for you. You're in the box in Naomi Osaka. I was at this match thinking, okay, we are going home, right? Iga is going home, let's be honest. And after that, it's sport, it's tennis, really quick turnaround. Was it the most brutal defeat in your career? Or
no, because I know where we came from, you know, like with zero confidence, zero game plan on the clay, difficult with movement, and then a few weeks later, like, now we played this match. What I was just so pleased to watch it, and I was enjoying this match and just enjoying her level of play. It was probably her best match on clay, no? By far. It was an incredible match of Naomi, and I'm 15 years on the tour, and you play Iga Świątek. You know that you only win if you hit the last point, and you know that she's going to fight back and she's not going to give you anything for free. So, you know, like of course we were very close, but we were also still far away from winning it. Okay, we had the match point, but anyways, really positive feelings after the match. And I think it was just for women's tennis, great advertisement. Like, so many people like spoke to me about the match, you know, like what a fight it was, with really positive attitude from both players, lots of energy. Like, it was, I think, definitely one of the best matches of the year. Huh? Yeah, a couple of months later, you became a coach of Iga Świątek. That's sport, and that's life. Would you provide, while collaborating with Iga, would you provide a feedback to her? Hey, Iga, listen, Naomi is doing this well, or Angie was doing that well, or Kleister. Do you think, is she open for this kind of comparison? I think... Or is it your way of communicating? No, really, no. I mean, she's definitely a very different person with her own qualities. But of course, just in the daily work, you know, like, I've experienced with several good players, and even it's clear that Iga has found her success formula, you know, how to prepare matches and how to deal with certain situations. I still think that I have so much experience and also learned from all these players how they do things, how they deal with difficult defeats, or how do they prepare matches, or how they control their emotions with different challenges. Just like so many things I learned from these players, learned over the years, and that's also, of course, what I'm bringing to Iga, of course. Tennis is a sport where you feel a lot of loneliness on court and out of court. You need to search for solutions on court. How you prepare your athlete, your tennis player, for the matches, especially in the big tournament or against really top players? Well, I mean, the top players, they want to play these matches. Like, that's their biggest motivation, to play the best players in the world in the biggest stadium. So I think from let's say, a motivational standpoint, there's absolutely no issue. That's what they want. How do I prepare? You know, like, of course, like, I use a lot of data. I make videos. Of course, you start with the strength of your own player, a game plan where she feels comfortable. You make some adjustments, and of course, after every match, Iga has played Sabalenka several times, and Rybakina. I mean, you analyze, and of course, you keep looking for ways how to beat them. There are different reasons for motivation. It can be winning another title. It can be money.
it can be fame, it can be just joy of winning. What motivates you?
I think just my passion for the sport, and I love to see my players develop. Like if the biggest compliment you could give me, if someone says, hey, like we saw you starting with that player then, and now like we see like the serve has improved a lot, we see like she's tactically much better now. I think that's what I love to hear. And at the end, if I can make a player better, especially a player at this level, then the results will follow automatically.
You are a real family man. Your wife is traveling with you. From time to time, you are taking your kids, who are also playing tennis, by the way, I think.
Of course.
I think it's really important in sport, in life, but especially in this kind of sport, who is, what I said before, it's really lonely sport. To have this kind of support of the family, it helps a lot, no?
Yeah, it helps a lot. Again, also there was a point in my career where I was thinking of having children. And on the other hand, I didn't see a role model of a coach before me who was combining working with a top player and having a family. And it was actually when I started with Azarenka who called me and she said, well, Wim, like, it's perfect. Like, it's no problem. Your family can always travel with us, and you if you need to stay home for a little bit, there's also no problem. But like, there's no problem in combining both. And I was a little bit surprised, but it really worked out well, and I'm still doing that. You know, they travel usually like to Indian Wells and Miami. Those are like two tournaments where it's also easy for them. They have a good time. Since a few months, the children are extremely interested in tennis, so they can't wait to join me to some tournament. But yeah, it helped me to relax, and for me, you know, like, they're my biggest inspiration, and I do this also for them, and it's great to be part of this all together. And I mean, they're my biggest support. So
you are probably getting more familiar with the fact that you are becoming a very well-known person in Poland right now, so obviously the people want to know more about you as a person. What are your passions, hobbies, apart from tennis, apart from sport? What you like, what you don't like?
Yeah, I mean, I love traveling, which is good in my...
Yeah, absolutely.
I love to discover cities. It was the first time in Warsaw, so I'm also excited to get to know the city a little bit. I'm a foodie. I love food. I love the nature. You know, like go hiking in the nature, and I think it also helps me to be calm. Also, you know, and to after some stressful moments, being in the nature also really helps me. I love running, biking, being active. I like to play tennis. Still, I like to play padel. Like, yeah, be active.
So, talking back about Iga, she had a longer break right now, and it's understandable why. You are both focusing right now at the moment on WTA finals. I think it doesn't help when you had a break, especially just before such a big tournament, such a big competition. How you prepare for that?
Well, I think it's 50-50. You know, like, you're physically, mentally really fresh, which can help you. On the other hand, you maybe miss a little bit of match rhythm. So it goes both ways. I think the first match will be important to get through that one, and I think if you can win the first match, then it should be no problem. But also there, I think Iga usually starts the season well, so it's not the player that needs a lot of matches to find her rhythm. But again, I'm looking forward to spend time with her on the court, and we'll definitely talk about it. And I mean, the plan is to go a little bit earlier to the tournament and play some practice sets or matches, and yeah, prepare as good as possible.
Have you already talked to Iga about those plans after WTA, so about the preparations for the next season? Where are you going to train? How?
Not specific, no, but I assume it's going to be here, and but those are all things for the next days to speak about, and step by step. We have a lot to catch up.
Yeah. So finally, is there anything that you would like to tell to Iga's fans across the world? Obviously, she's really well known, not just in Poland, but everywhere. Tennis is a world famous sport. Is there anything? It's your time. It's your camera.
Oh wow! No, most important is that I feel really welcome in this team and with all the fans around the world. I never received so many positive messages from all the fans. It's really nice. It's really fun. I really appreciate it, and everyone knows that Iga will give 100%. I will give 100% to achieve our goals, and the work will never stop, and we will keep going.
Wim, thank you very much for your time, especially as underlined in this specific moment. I think all your fans, Iga's fans, they are looking forward to seeing you across the tour, and I hope we'll have such a big moments during the tour.
I hope so too. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah.